What's up, everybody? My name's Parasite. Welcome back to the Jose Mourinho Challenge with Sporting. Today we have two games in the Liga Portugal, Belenenses SAD and Benfica. So two pretty big games. Obviously the Benfica match is huge. Not really determining what we're going to do against Benfica. They're pretty much out of reach. We can pass them, but they'd have to lose every single game. And we'd have to win every single game for the most part. So that's probably not going to happen. But this Belenenses match is pretty important because we do have something to play for. We are in fourth place. We're not going to be able to drop to fifth. We have to have a... Can we even drop to fifth? I think technically we cannot. I don't think we can. So we're almost guaranteed at least fourth or third. But third place is a Champions League place. Fourth place is a Europa League group stage place. So I want to get in the Champions League. So I want that third position from Braga. So I want to win all these matches. So a lot to play for. There's nothing shown on the schedule. This is our first game since we took over, so let's just get into team selection. The team I've decided to go with for this match is Tomas up top. Pretty much the same team I outlined in the last episode. Sarabia is going to start on the right wing for Nuno Santos. And that's also something where I've noticed an issue in this team. They don't have many wingers. Like Sarabia, Tabata, and Nuno Santos. That's about it. Gonçalves can play this attacking wide right, but yeah, there's not a whole lot of options there. So on the bench, I've got a right back, Brian Castillo, who can play right wing, and a youngster that isn't very good, but he's better than the other youngsters I could find, Diogo Bros. I've seen worse players. He's not great. So that's our backup right now. I think I would do everything else before I replace one of those guys on the wings with Diogo Bros. But really, in general, I think this team doesn't have a whole lot of depth in the squad. Like, Ugarte is a good depth defender or midfielder, as is Bragança. Paulinho's a decent backup. Everyone else is either young or just not that good. So, definitely requires a lot on the first team. But yeah, this is a team I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with a little bit more attacking tactic because they're in 8th place. We should be able to beat them. We are at home, so... yeah, let's go play our first match with Sporting. I know I've not been here long, and the international break robbed us of some time to prepare for this match, but I believe in all of you. I just want you to enjoy the match tonight. Go out there and play your own game. You've all got the talent. Show everyone what you're capable of. I just want you all to know that I have faith in you. Go out there and make a difference tonight. We're going to start with a kickoff highlight. I need to change some of these to get what I want. So key highlights, TV, max height, or lowest height, max zoom, a little bit faster during highlights. That is where I like to play. First, nothing highlight, but this is actually our first legitimate highlight of the match. And it's going to start with a Belenenses goal kick. Ooh, nearly a bad back pass. Thiago Tomas, I believe, almost got on the end of that. They do give the ball away, though, to Ruben Vinagre. Mateus Nunes, who's our playmaker. Tabata playing that winger role. Not a good ball back from Mateus Nunes. He's really going to have to be a pretty important player, I believe, in this tactic. Being really the main, one of the only creators in this team. Our wingers are pretty good in terms of passing, vision. Nuno Santos is good mentally. I'm not going to say the same for Tabata, but Thiago Tomas is through on goal. He's our leading goal scorer. That is his 15th goal of the season. I think next year we can get more. I think he's a really good player. He's got really good physical ability. His technicals are okay. His mentals are actually pretty good for a player his age. I think he's like 19 years old. But that's a pretty good play right there. Pedro Gonçalves, who I don't think has been getting as much playtime as he's wanted, lays it off. Eventually find Thiago Tomas and get the goal. Yeah, I guess they must not have been playing Gonçalves like as much. Like one of his complaints is playing time. That is the worst injury you could possibly have. We do not have wingers. Oh, dang. What am I going to do? Like, in terms of bringing the best player on the pitch, it's probably Manuel Ugarte. Actually, I know what I'm going to do. I made a third tactic for instances just like this. And it looks a little bit like that. Because I know we have some decent midfielders, and we only have one winger, if we're down a winger and we have no one else to put in his place, this is almost like Jose Mourinho's 4-4-2 diamond that he played at Inter, just with the player starting a little bit further out wide. So, Tabata goes in there, Paulinho goes to the anchor man, Nunez goes to the Mazzala, and then Ugarte comes in as that box-to-box midfielder. I mean, I think this could work. Vinagre is just the main man for the width down this side. Pedro Porro maybe looking for an odd overlap over Tabata. I have him as an inside forward, even though they're really best as inverted wingers. But like I said, I want him to almost play like a second striker. So, yeah, I mean, Nunez over here is a Mazzala to get a little bit more width on this side. So help out Vinagre a little bit. In my head, it should work. Most importantly, I think it's just it gives us the ability to put the best players we have on the pitch at the same time. If we have a winger injury, or if Bruno Tabata is just not playing well, or Nuno Santos not playing well. Yeah, enough talk. Let's get into it. See what changes it has. Switching to this formation. We are playing actually a little bit wider, even though it's a narrow formation, just because I wanted our midfielders to get a little bit more width, especially the left midfielder. So there's not a whole lot of differences between it and the other tactic. Most of the instructions are the same. Made a few changes. So far, we've only seen highlights for us, though, so that's good so far. Coates back to Ignacio. Hopefully we can keep a hold of Ignacio for the foreseeable future, because I don't think he has the potential that he can have, as they are through on goal, and they score. A terrible giveaway in the midfield. Like, if you give the ball away right there, like, you're just asking to get conceded on. Was it Nunez again who gave the ball away? He has not started well. He's giving the ball away at every opportunity, it feels like. And it's led to a goal. I blame him more than anyone else for that goal. You cannot give the ball away there. And of course, that's their only shot. Looks like we're going to halftime 1-1, and I am not happy. We were the better team. We had the XG advantage significantly. They've actually had the possession advantage, but I don't really care about possession. Neither really did Jose Mourinho. We've had all the shots. They've just scored their only shot because it's Football Manager. So, obviously they should. Not good enough. I know we've been a little unlucky so far, but I am not happy with our possession out there. Things are going to have to improve. We are giving the ball away far too easily. We need much better in the second half. We are the only team playing right now, so we won't know the result of the other matches, so we don't know exactly where we're going to fit in the table. 1 point isn't enough, though. We're down by 2 points. We need to win this match. Our run-in is not easy. We have to play Porto and Benfica. So, yeah, we need to win. We need to beat teams like Belenenses. They're actually in better form than us in terms of the form table, but I don't care. This is a much better team. We should not be losing. Porro, Ugarte, Tabata, Pedro Gonçalves. Is he onside? If so, that was beautiful play in the box. One-touch passing. Give me the goal. Please, that deserved to be a goal. It's awarded. Our shadow striker, Pedro Gonçalves, he might be the best player at the team currently. I don't know. Coates is really good too, but that is some very good play between Ugarte, Tabata, then putting the ball in for Pedro Gonçalves to get on the end of. We have our lead. Now we just need to hold on to it. And to do that, I'm going to change things up. Actually, am I? Because usually when I want to hold a lead, I'm going to change to this. But we've only got one winger. So there's not many changes I actually can make. I'm just going to make Vinagre a little bit less attacking. And maybe... Do I start wasting time? Really? I think it's too early. It's too early to completely shut shop. Let's just make that one slight change. Make him a little bit more supportive. Maybe that can help us not get caught out on a counterattack. I'd like another goal, though. Pedro Gonçalves looking for a left-footed cross in. Ugarte gets in the box. He's not the tallest, but he's like 6 foot. He can be all right in the air. One kind of thing I would like to have is Paulinho getting in the box more. Like, obviously, I'm playing him as an anchor man because he fits that role very well. But he's very good in the air. Tabata's through on goal. 3. Like it. But Paulinho's very good in the air. So there are times where I'd like to have him in the box. But I think on the basis of the tactical consistency and putting together the best tactic we can, I think he has to play as a defensive midfielder role as an anchor man. I think it kind of fits what Jose Mourinho likes in that kind of player. Maybe more of a ball winner, but I mean, he doesn't have the best ball winning attributes. Obviously his tackling is amazing, but stamina and work rate aren't exceptional. I'd like to have good pace for my ball winning midfielders, just because the faster they are, the faster they can close down the attacker. It's for Thiago Tomas. This tactic might be good. we've scored 3 goals. 3 goals with this tactic. So, I mean, it was just something kind of thrown together, just trying to get all the best players in the team, but it looks like it's working. Like Tabata in a decent position, kind of playing as that second striker a little bit. Tomas getting on the end of that one. It's looking good. A good start to our sporting career. We're going to get the win. I think we can make 3 stoppages. I think it's 5 subs from 3 stoppages. Is that a pin? And we might also have a penalty. Who's our best pin taker? I think it's no one currently on the pitch. Maybe Tabata. I think Tabata might be a good penalty taker. But let's see what changes I want to make. I might take Tabata off, actually. What's his penalties? 13. I think that's probably better than most of the other players on this team. 11. 8. 11. Yeah, I think he's the best penalty taker on the pitch. So I might wait until he takes that penalty, but I think I'm going to take Tabata off, move Gonçalves over to the wing, and then bring on this Gerald Tavara, who's a young guy that I actually really like. 16 passing, 16 vision, 16 technique, 17 free kicks. Only 23 years old, so, I mean, will he reach that 3-star potential? I don't know. But he's our main backup attacking mid. And I want to give him a lot of game time. I should make a couple subs, but let's let the penalty go first. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a penalty. Is it going to be a penalty? It surely is. It is a penalty. Tomas is actually going to take. Is he on a hat trick? Is he on a hat trick and I didn't realize it? No. Why is he taking it over Tabata? Oh, he is on a hat trick. Okay, that makes sense. I forgot he scored in the 5th minute. So, looking to get his hat trick, Thiago Tomas takes the penalty. I'm going to make the change now. Move Gonçalves over. Bring on Gerald Tavara. He's going to play. Is he going to play? He's probably not going to play as a shadow striker in this role. He might actually play as an advanced playmaker support. Play that Mesut Ozil role. We don't have any playmakers in this tactic, so I think that actually makes a lot of sense. Gonçalves, he is left-footed, isn't he? He's actually right-footed. Oh. Still probably going to play him as an inside forward. He's got a decent left foot. And that's just the role I want. Kind of using up that second striker role a little bit. What other change do I want to make? Anyone else super tired? Not necessarily. Tomas, actually. So I might actually take him off for Paulinho after this pin. Actually, I'm going to cancel this because I don't want to make all 3 subs, or all 3 stoppages right after. Okay. Tomas scores. I guess I didn't need him. Whatever. Paulinho comes on. He's going to play as a complete forward on attack. I think that's his best role. And then Tavares comes on for Tabata. He switches over. He goes to advanced playmaker support. That leaves us 2 subs to make and 1 stoppage to make it. So let's continue on until about the 85th minute or so. Make our last sub. Unless we decide we need one earlier. But we don't need to make a change to the tactic. I think we're doing all right there. A 5-1 win so right now. They don't deserve to be in this match. They've had 1 shot on target. We have absolutely dominated them. We don't have possession, but we're only on balance, but we're still attacking. Oops. We're about at the end of the game. Got a little bit past the 85th minute, so we need to make some subs. Vinagre's tired, and Mateus Nunez. So those are the 2 subs I'll make. Reese can come in, and I guess Procancha is the backup Mazzala. I do want to give him a lot of game time too. I think he's actually got a lot of potential. His actual potential isn't great, 3.5, but I think he could be a really good player. Pretty versatile. Can play deep line playmaker on defend. Can play box to box. Can play Mazzala. Can play playmaker probably if I needed him to. And we're going to have probably one last highlight. And it's going to start with Belenenses. If we get a 6th, I'm not going to feel bad. Our first game, 6-1. That'd be a pretty good start to the career at Sporting. It might not be. It might be 5-2, and it is 5-2. Pretty easy chance for them to take, too. Just go down the wings and pretty much unintruded, put in a cross on the ground to a guy that just runs away from the center back. Don't do good enough coming back and covering, and no one is. That is terrible from Pedro Porro. Just completely loses his man. Fortunately, we have a big enough lead that it's not going to matter. Kind of mars it a little bit. I'd prefer if it stayed at 5-1. Of course, they've had 2 shots on target and scored both. So I think our performance isn't. It doesn't look bad, but it's not even as bad as it looks. We probably should have won 5-0. Very, very well done today. That was an excellent win. That is how you respond in the second half. Just put your foot on the gas and don't let up. Great offensive showing. Defensively, there are things we need to fix, but that is very encouraging. Well done tonight. How do you think the two teams fared against each other from a tactical perspective? I learned a lot about my team, and I've definitely got plenty to think about. A win in your first competitive match as sporting manager. Could you have wished for a better start? I'm delighted. What a great result. That is how you start a career. A 5-2 win. The only thing that would have made it better is if it would have been over Benfica. It does vault us to third place, but Braga have a game in hand. Don't know who they play. Let's actually look at their schedule towards the end of the season here. We do play them as well. Next 3 matches. First, fourth, second. We're third. Who else do they have? So that match actually might decide third place. We beat them. No, they beat us last time we played. They're actually still in the Europa Conference League. They got pretty easy running. Famalicão, 9th. Praia, 10th. Us, and then Guimarães are 6th. So we really need to beat them, because I don't know if they're going to lose any of those other matches. They've gone on a ridiculous unbeaten run, including games in the Europa Conference League against Mold and PAOK. They've had a good season, but I want to upset it a little bit. I want to get that third place finish. I want Champions League football next year. And we are back on the day of the Benfica match. Before I get into that, we made one signing to our backroom staff. When the last manager left, his assistant manager left with them, so we needed a new assistant manager. And we've gone with João Sacramento. I think he makes a lot of sense for this challenge and just as an assistant manager in general. The main things I look at for an assistant manager are judging player ability and judging player potential and tactical knowledge. I have him do the opposition instructions, which is why ability and knowledge is important. And then also kind of rely on him to see the stars for my first team players, so ability and potential being important. People management, I do all the press conferences. I do all the team talks, so I'm not really worried. Same for motivating. These mentals are nice to have. Discipline, determination, and adaptability. He's a decent coach. But another thing that I wanted is I kind of wanted someone that spoke Portuguese. It doesn't actually, I doubt it makes a difference in the game, but just thinking about it in real life, having someone that speaks both fluently in Portuguese and English, as I'm learning the language, like he can kind of talk to the players for me. I can talk to him and he can relay it onto the players. It actually makes a lot of sense as an actual signing. And the last thing, one of the other things is he's young. I wanted somebody young that I could take with me to all my other teams. João Sacramento might be that guy. The final thing that makes it just perfect is his last assistant manager job. Well, his second to last, because he was assistant manager for Roma. He was a free agent. So I don't know if they fired him or what, but he was assistant manager for Roma for Jose Mourinho. And he was the assistant manager at Tottenham for Jose Mourinho. So a former Jose Mourinho assistant manager that fits all those other needs. He was the perfect signing. The perfect signing. So João Sacramento is our new assistant manager. My plan is to take him everywhere I go. Perfect signing. So now we've got the Benfica match. We're going with our little bit more cautious counter-attacking tactic. Deep line playmaker goes back to defend. Fullback go back to automatic for both of them. And then a few changes in the instructions. In terms of the team, obviously with Sarabia kind of injured, we had to take him out. Nuno Santos comes in. He's probably my starter anyways, just because Sarabia's only here for 3 more games. Unless I can extend his loan, which would be nice, because like I said, we don't have many wingers. But I think that's the only change to the lineup I made. Look again. Oh, Mateus Reis also comes in because he's a little bit more defensive than Vinagre. Considerably more defensive than Vinagre. So I think he works in this tactic a little bit better. Obviously, defensively, he should be our primary focus in this game because it's away against Benfica. Everyone's light match load. Yeah, I think we're ready. We had a pretty big break between this. We had like 14 days off, so we should be prepared. Also, Braga did drop points. They drew with Famalicão, so they're tied on points with us, but they have the goal difference advantage, and they also have the head-to-head advantage, but that could change. So yeah, we are in a decent spot, but we kind of need a result here. We need a result against Benfica, and it's not going to be easy, but if we play like we did in the second half of that last match, we've got a chance. I shouldn't have to tell you how much this match means to the fans out there. I know we're underdogs, but go and make them proud. No highlights so far this first half, and Benfica's been the better team. They've had the possession lead pretty considerably. They have more shots on target. The XG is actually pretty similar now, but that is a highlightless first half. 40% possession, fewer shots on target, fewer shots, and I'm not unhappy. We played it decently well. They didn't create anything. This is a Jose Mourinho tactic. That means it's working. You've done well out there so far. I'm happy with how you've performed as a team defensively. Need a little bit more on the offensive end, but just keep working hard until full time. We finally have our first highlight of the match. 57, basically 58 minutes in. And it's actually starting with us. And we put in a cross. Can't quite find the back of the net. It gets blocked. Ignacio, pretty good on the ball, so I kind of trust him there. And usually I don't want a center back on the ball there, but Ignacio's pretty good. Good first touch, good dribbling for a center back. Pretty decent passing. Tomas, that's not really the guy you want looking for passes over the top. Coates is not the best passer. He actually, that is a decent shot. He actually has decent passing, but his vision is not very good. I don't really trust him to find those passes, but if he can, more power to him. Mostly worried about his defensive ability, which has been good so far. Like, they've had the possession, but I'm sitting deep. I'm trying to cede possession, just stay strong defensively, and we've done that exactly. They still don't have a highlight of them attacking our goal. They've had a few shots on target, but they've not created great chances. And that just is exactly what I wanted from this tactic. Now we just need to hit them on a counterattack and get a goal of our own. We've got the players to do it. Tomas is very fast. Pedro Gonçalves is pretty fast. Tabata's pretty fast. Decently fast. Nuno Santos is very fast. Got a tight angle, and he's going to look for a chip, but that's never going to go in. He's got to put a little bit more power behind that, up into the near post, and it would have had a chance. But this is actually their first to highlight it, probably having a shot on our goal, and it's going to be a free kick with Jan Vertonghen. If he scores this, good Lord, he nearly did. Get rid, and it actually goes off of one of their players for a goal kick. That was a very good set piece. That was dangerous. But again, another highlight. This second half, the highlights have finally showed up. And starting with us. From a throw-in, I have our center backs in the box for throw-ins. So I go short, and I look to cross the ball into our center backs or Paulinho. Pedro's now through. Got to score that. His finishing is so good, but he doesn't score that. That is not 17 finishing. He had a chance there before he took the last touch on the ball, taking it a little bit too far to the right. He had a chance to go across the goal and could have scored. And instead, they go down the pitch. Adon has an absolute shocker. And we are down. That should never have gone in. You got to be stopping that, bro. You got to be getting a hand on that. I think it went between his hands. Or between his arms. We need to score now. After this highlight, I'll move to a little bit more attacking tactic. Unless we score here. Push our lines up a bit. Be a little bit more aggressive. Because we'll need it. We need to score. I'm not going to be happy with a 1-0 loss. That's 3 points dropped. If I can at least get a point from this match, I'll be happy. But I need something. Pedro Porro. Through to Thiago Tomas. You need to score that. He went around the keeper, then tried to shoot across the keeper. You do realize you opened up a chasm at the near post. Half the goal was open to him, and he hit the one place that the keeper could save it. That was dreadful. He got a hat trick in the last match, but that was dreadful. Some of the worst finishing I've seen in FM22. He's got to improve. We can't keep doing that if we're going to beat teams like Benfica. They don't make mistakes. You saw they just scored. They didn't make a mistake. We have. Twice now. Thiago Tomas, better. That was better, but it's still not in the back of the net. All right. Going balance. Actually, I might even go attacking. 10 minutes left. Attacking. Let's push everybody up. I'm going to put Santos on attack. Move to just a normal 4-2-3-1. Paulinho can play box to box probably. He gets a little bit more forward. He can get in the box for those crosses in. He's got the height. the attacking part of the team, he's the only one that can win a ball in the air. Do I change Tomas's role? If I was, I don't know what I'd change it to. He's not a great advanced forward. He's an okay poacher. He's not a complete forward. Maybe a trequartista, but maybe a trequartista, actually. Main outlet when attacking. Do I want to use him as the main outlet when attacking? Probably not. I'm going to put him on poacher. Porro, he's going to go on attack just because he's on automatic, so he's going to automatically go on attack. I might make a change here. Bring in Vinagre, the more attacking fullback. Otherwise, Gonzalez is tired, not playing well. Santos has been dreadful. Paulinho has been dreadful, but I think he gives us a chance in the box that only Coates really does. Nacio's decent in the air, but not as good as João Paulinho. I don't really have a winger to bring on for Nuno Santos. I could move Gonçalves over there. But is Captum really the guy? Our other attacking mid got injured. So we're down a few players. Maybe I take Paulinho off for Manuel Ugarte. Again, I'm losing that aerial ability, but he's on a yellow. Kind of limits what he can do defensively. He's not as good going forward as Ugarte is. 13 finishing for a midfielder is pretty good. I'm going to do Ugarte. I feel like I should make a third sub, but I don't think anyone else comes on the pitch and makes a positive change. Maybe Ditta for Inacio, but he's only 5'11". I'd rather go with the taller player. Give me a chance from corners. Paulinho maybe for Tomas, actually. After that miss, Tomas is coming off. And he's going to come. I don't think he's going to play as a complete forward. I'm going to play him as an advanced forward for this match. I think it's probably the best role you can have for a striker in terms of actually scoring goals. Let's demand more. Nothing is happening. How's this guy going forward? 14 crossings pretty good. Porro's 15 crossing though. And 16 deep. Pedro Porro is a beast. I can't take him out. He's too good. Nunez, pretty tired. Hasn't really done anything special. I might bring on Bracancha. And I don't think any of these other players deserve to be on the pitch over guys that we have in there right now. Santos has gotten a little bit better in the last couple of minutes. Captum for Gonçalves is not it. That's just ain't it, Chief. I'm going to go with that. Those are the only changes I'm going to make. I'm not going to make our fifth sub. We're already on attacking. I don't want to go extremely direct, really. I might widen it a little bit. Actually, do I? I think I'm going to keep it narrow. I don't think there's anything I want to change. I might be more expressive so they get a little bit more creative freedom. Distribute quickly is fine. Maybe distribute to the flanks, because how tall is Paulinho? 6'2". He's actually not bad in the air. I'm going to actually distribute to Paulinho. And then might as well push our lines all the way up. Which also maybe we take off Coates, but I'd rather run the risk. I will use the offside trap. They're pretty good mentally, so they should be able to handle an offside trap pretty well. I'll use tighter marking just so we can try to win the ball back a little bit quicker. We don't got much time. 3 minutes to score a goal, and we have a highlight. And it's starting with Benfica. They've been the better team. They probably deserve to win, but we've not played poorly. 1-0 isn't the worst result. Isn't, super unindicative of the match. Again, going long, looking for Paulinho, but he just walks around. Try to come back for that knockdown. At least try. We're kind of in a little bit of desperation mode right now. They are passing straight through us. Pizzi on the ball. Coates with a good tackle. Maybe counterattack. We got Nuno Santos running through. He's going to be in some space down this wing. Not much in the box right now, but he's going to pull it back for Pedro Porro. This is an opportunity. Santos can find the right cross. He goes back post. A nice defensive play by the Benfica player. And that's probably going to be it. 4 seconds left with Benfica on the ball. We're going to lose 1-0 in our first derby against Benfica. Nearly 2-0. wow, we actually turned things around that second half more than I realized. We ended the match as twice as good as Benfica. Twice the XG. They had no clear chances. We had one. We had more half chances. I thought it was close. I thought they had a little bit more advantage than that. We were actually very unlucky to not win. We were the better team away from home against Benfica in my second game in charge. We deserved to win that match. We just could not finish our dinner. Our attacking mids and strikers were just terrible. And when they're terrible, all of them, at the same time, there's nothing you can do. I can't do anything better other than bringing in backups, which I did with Paulinho. I have no good backups to replace any of these people. If Sarabi was fit, he would have came in. But not good enough from our attack. Defensively, though, I'm very, very pleased by what we did. If you look at the numbers, we really should have won that match. We're a little unlucky, but despite the result, just trust the process. If we keep going on and putting out performances like that, we're going to win a lot of games in this league. A disappointing result. In your view, what happened today? I thought we played well enough to win, but you can't always win. Today was one of those days. How frustrated are you to lose against a bitter rival? We deserve to win, and that's what annoys me the most. At least we deserved a point. They actually go top on that result, but Porto have a game in hand. We still stay on equal points with Braga, and they're probably going to at least get a point in their next match. So a little bit behind the 8 ball, but again, that Braga match is going to determine everything. So definitely going to be coming back for that. Like I said, we're definitely going to come back for Braga. Porto, depends on the Braga result. If we still have a chance at third place, I'll show the Porto match. If not, we'll do a little bit like an end-of-season review. But that's not bad for getting our feet wet for the first time as sporting manager in this Jose Mourinho challenge. We got a good win. We even got you might call it a good loss. We played really well against the best team in the league and deserved to win away from home. Not bad. Not bad at all. I'm happy with that. But that's going to be the end of this episode. If you made it this far, why don't you like the video, subscribe, and click the bell. The links to all my socials and my Twitch are in the description. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time.